Pilot UFO encounters provide some of our most credible cases. And this encounter you're about to see is so compelling, some have called it the best UFO video ever. May 4th, 2023, pilot Jorge Arteaga is flying a Cessna T-303 Crusader 12,500 feet over Colombia en route to Medellin when he sees a strange object moving toward the plane. He turns to his co-pilot, who confirms he also saw the object. Determined to investigate, Jorge turns the plane around and begins recording. A small speck appears in the distance, slowly approaching the aircraft. Then, in the blink of an eye, a silvery object zooms past the cockpit window. Let's slow that down. The object appears to be rotated at a 45-degree angle with a metallic domed top that tapers out into a sharp rim. When YouTuber Andrew Crawford finds the video online, he knows he has to get the word out.
As soon as I saw it, I thought, wow, we have something that we need to take a closer look at. So I put the video out there and it just took on a life of its own.
Andrew's followers flocked to the video, with some comments calling it the best UFO video ever. And soon, the pilot's first-hand account emerges in news reports.
He said when he was getting closer to this object, the object shot at him, straight towards him, which, wow, that's pretty spectacular. Also, this thing seemed to have the capabilities of some sort of intelligent flight, where it banked to avoid crashing into the plane, even though it flew right at it.
And it's not the only strange craft seen over Colombia.
In 2020, a pilot flying an Airbus A320 over Medellin, Colombia, saw a square object in the sky. When you look at the video, it looks like it's solid metal, but it's very small. It doesn't have an engine, it doesn't have wings.
The object also evades radar detection, leaving the pilot puzzled.
He said it was way too high up to be a balloon. He couldn't explain what it was.
We analyzed that one ourselves in an earlier episode. And we couldn't explain it either, making it a genuine UFO. Then, in March 2025, another spherical UFO flies over Colombia and allegedly even lands. X-rays of the sphere show multiple layers of metal surrounding a central chip, but its origins remain a mystery. Is what our pilot saw somehow related to that puzzling sphere?
This isn't a clearly identified object, so there's a mystery to it.
Two other things that heighten this mystery. One, this UFO didn't show up on radar. And two, it seems this pilot is trying to stay off our radar. That's right. Despite our attempts to talk to the man himself, it's been radio silence. So is this actually the best UFO ever? Or is there reason to be suspicious? We'll let our experts decide. First off, could the video be a fake?
To me, it's extremely fishy that they knew that this object was going to come across the sky and pointing their camera when they did, and then had this one incident happen where now you've got this object coming across their window. I don't think that it's there. I think it's actually a computer-generated image.
Then again, the pilot's foresight in filming the object is consistent with the account he gave in initial interviews, that he had already seen it and went back for another glance. We may not be ready to call this one a hoax just yet.
From this recording, the clarity of the object is strong. There is nothing that suggests that that object was added into that scene.
If it's not a fake, could it be space junk falling to Earth?
This is definitely not a falling rocket part because it was actually holding steady at that particular altitude.
Wait a minute, holding steady? The pilot himself says this thing sped right past him. But D'Antonio doesn't see that here.
I don't think he saw something coming at him at very high speed. I think he saw something he was passing at very high speed that was sitting rather still in the air, and thus it looked like it was moving toward him at very high speed.
With that in mind, we can think of only one likely culprit.
I believe that what we're looking at here was moving much slower than the aircraft. Maybe it's traveling on air currents, and we saw it zip by. In some of the still frames, I was able to see that the object had the uncanny resemblance to a Mylar balloon.
However, Hoffman disagrees.
With a balloon, the aircraft's moving along would have probably caused it to deviate or move around a little bit. The wind's gonna buffer it and make it move in different directions. And you just don't see that here.
Then could this really be a genuine UFO? Opinions are divided.
I think it's CGI.
To me, every aspect of this says Mylar balloon.
You got a daytime sighting, you got a credible witness. It's not something minuscule, it's not even out of focus. It is such a clear image that it was dubbed one of the best UFO sightings of that year.
It's inconclusive.
Our verdict? This is an unexplained object, at least until our experts can reach more of a consensus.